Hi guys, it's Caramel Karma again, and this week I'm doing something that is inspired by Gideon. As you know, he has his move that he brings the big rock out of the sky, and I tried to do this out of candy. So to start off, we need a big bowl, a small bowl, aluminum foil, and some flour. And I did kind of get this from How Do You Cook That, and I'll have her link below. Because she has a much better tutorial. This is just a basic tutorial because this is my first time trying this. I've made the rock candy out of sticks before, but never like this. So what she did, she filled some of the big bowl with some flour. She added in the small bowl and added in more flour to kind of give the bottom of the candy some texture. So as you can see, I kind of left it there like that to kind of give it some texture. And now I'm going to go over it with foil to try to give it some more texture. But I'll get into this later. I don't think that what I did with that aluminum foil was a good idea. So we'll see that later, what ended up happening with that. Because I was just trying to make it look really good, really rock-like at the bottom. So this was kind of a fail, but you know, we're going to work through it. You don't try something and fail at it, you'll never really understand, you know, how to get it done in the first place. So one thing to keep in mind, if you're doing the foil, try to make it as smooth as possible, because that way you won't have the sugar syrup getting in between these layers. So once I had that aluminum foil set, I sprayed it lightly with a coat of Pam so that it wouldn't stick when I poured in the sugar syrup to make the candy. I started off on high, and then I added 1 cup of water. I added 1, 2, 3 cups of sugar. And basically, you don't want the sugar to dissolve. That's why you're adding so much more sugar, because you know when you make candy, you're going to cook it out until it gets syrupy. So this is what I'm going to end up doing here. And the first time around, you see that it's still cloudy, it's not dissolved, then you're still working it in there. And then you're going to move on to keep it boiling. You know, don't let it sit because it'll burn and get stuck to the bottom of your pot. So keep stirring it, and you're going to stir it some more and keep going until it gets pretty clear. Now, what I love about doing this is that there's some science involved here, because we get to see things grow that we normally wouldn't expect. I loved science as a kid, I still do, and my nephew does as well. I grow crystals with him sometimes, and it's similar to this, but it's different. Maybe I'll do a video on it later on. But basically what I added in first was oil. If you get like the candy flavor oil like grape, or you know, whatever your choice is, you can add that in, and you can add in whatever color you want it. Since I was working with Gideon, I decided to try to do purple, and I used lavender oil because I thought it was different. I like the way it smelled, and I do like lavender tea. Moving moving on, we're just going to pour our syrup into our pre-made mold, I guess you could say, for our big rock meteor comet thing here, and we're just gonna let that settle in, and I'm gonna zoom in to show you guys this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take some plastic wrap and we're going to completely wrap this bowl to stop air from getting in. We want it to incubate, and I also added on a towel to kind of keep that covered and stop sunlight from getting in. So I did let it sit for 3 days. How do you make that? How do you cook that? That YouTube channel, she waited 48 hours. I decided to give it more time. I waited 3 days before I poured the syrup off, which is what you're gonna see me do here. Next, what I wanted to do was to pick out the top crust that the sugar made and just the more unsightly things that I didn't want really growing more after I finished this step of the process. So I just kind of took those off, and I'm gonna let you see how thick those were. For another 3 days, I did sit it out like that. I up-ended it over a bowl, and all the excess syrup dripped off, and it kind of crystallized more. It dried itself out. So that was another 3 days. Now, how do you make that? She ended up covering it either with fondant, or she used like melted chocolate or candy melts, and she created like this outside rock look to hers. But personally, I had a lot of stuff going on and I just didn't have time for that. But you can shoot over to her video, check out her methods, and it is wonderful what she created there. I do love her look, and her color was much stronger, which is something I think could have turned out differently. I don't know if the oil affected it or what, but I'll probably attempt this another time, or another, you know, maybe rock candy, or, you know, show you guys how to do rock candy and those crystals that I was talking about. But I did enjoy doing this so much, you guys, and I just want you guys to check out my blog, follow me on social media, and just stay tuned for next week. Thank you guys. Have a great day. So I hated stopping my video there. It seemed a bit brief this week. So what I'm gonna do is show you guys what Paragon has going for October with the Halloween themed scans and maps, and it's just so fun. It really puts me in the mood of the holidays. This is how I know it's kicking off. Even though we don't feel this type of weather in Florida, I mean, I'm all for it. So here you go, guys. This is the first update with all the Halloween stuff, and they're gonna do more, so I will try to get that up for you guys. I hope you enjoy.
Enemy tower destroyed.
I just really wanted to point out how my Narbash, my teammate here, already has one of the Halloween skins, and Narbash just looks awesome with the pumpkin head and his pumpkin drums and his green bottles of whatever they are. But it just looks so cool, and I'm so excited for these skins and all this stuff on the map. It's just nice. Aha, still couldn't get me. you guys did at least enjoy this for a bit. But thank you again for watching, and until next time.